You know, I've been running into a problem lately, guys. Over on my vlogging channel, I've been trying to vlog, and the two things I really want are image quality and image stabilization. This is the Sony a6400, which is a fantastic looking camera. It has incredible crispness. It is just the sharpest, most beautiful 4K camera I've used in a while, especially for a point and shoot. It is absolutely amazing. It's even got some great lenses. This is the 18 to 135mm. You can get some really insane shots with it. And then this is the Canon G7X Mark II, another popular vlogging camera. This one is 1080p, but it does have something that this horrendously needs, and that is body image stabilization. If you go out on a walk with the Sony a6400, you're gonna get some shaking. Canon G7X Mark II, a little less shaky. Now, the problem with this camera is the picture quality is just not anywhere near the Sony. So, I've got a delivery today to hopefully combine the two. Will it be enough? We don't know, but we're gonna unbox it here on Shopbox. Fragile, handle with care. Did you handle it with care? Alright, so let's check out what's in the box here. So, first of all, it looks like we've got a free, this is not sponsored, but if you buy a GoPro from their website at the moment, you get a free memory card. Now, it's not the biggest, most bells and whistles memory card you're ever going to see in your life, but it's pretty cool that it's free. So that will get you started. Don't have to worry about buying one, which is pretty nice. Next up, we've got a little accessory for me. This is called the Shorty, and it's basically a combination tripod slash little holding device, which is pretty good for vlogging. If I turn it around here, you can see the different functions. So you can hold it, and little tripod, and then even a little pole thing. We also got a essential piece of kit, I think, definitely worth picking up, and that is an additional battery plus charger. This will allow me to charge it up and have more than one battery on the go, so I'm never running out of juice, which is beautiful. And then the piece de resistance, the thing I'm most excited about, the camera. Hero 8 Black. There you go, there's the running order. Look at that, guys. It looks absolutely beautiful. You got the nice little screen there. I love the packaging of GoPros. I think it works really, really nicely. Obviously, there's an app for GoPro. Now, the one thing I really hope they fix is the freezing, the notorious freezing issue. I've watched some reviews, and apparently it is still there a little tiny bit, but I think it's probably getting a lot better, which is definitely good. And the one thing I'm really hyped for is the in-body stabilization. So here's the features, friendos. Got a 12 megapixel camera, 4K 60 FPS if you want, or 1080p 240, so you can do some insane slow-mo shot. Hyper smooth 2.8, that's the body stabilization. It also crops inside of the frame, so you can get some insane stabilization. Apparently, it's pretty insane. We've got Time Warp 2.0. That will allow you to zip around, do a time lapse, and then slow down. Maybe you do a backflip, and then you carry on. Allows you to do 1080p streaming, although that's something that I'm not that interested in, but it's a cool feature to have. Live burst, which is kind of like live photos. You can just take a video and then pick a photo out of it, which is kind of cool. Super Photo HDR. I'm not one of these people that takes a photo with a GoPro, but if you are, you can. It's 10 meter water resistance, so you can go under 10 meters without a case on, which is pretty cool. The nice thing about this is you don't need the frame to mount it anymore. We'll show you that in a little bit, but that's pretty cool. Has GPS and a microphone built in, so let's get it out of the box. Now, one thing to note is they actually come, I believe, with a lot less accessories than it used to, but I think there's less things needed now, so that is one plus. So in the box, you obviously get your battery, tiny. It's now got like a blue tip to it and has some GoPro branding with a little tab there to pull out if you need, which is kind of handy. But yeah, it's not a massive battery. Now, the thing to note about these batteries is they are the same size as the previous ones. However, they're the same capacity, but they allow more power to be taken out of them at any one time. So it's a faster battery, which allows more features to be used. Now, you can use the old batteries if you've got like a collection of them, but it restricts what features you can use. Don't know what features those are, but something to keep in mind if you're upgrading. We've got the little mount here. I never ever use them. They sit in a drawer for the longest time and they never get used, but for those of you that do use them, there you go. Never going to stick that onto anything, so there's that. and then the cable to, you know, transfer your footage, or I'm not sure if it charges it actually, but there we go, little USB-C to USB-A adapter. I did not know this is USB-C. Is this USB-C? There we go. There's the camera. So it's got a new door, which is kind of handy, and obviously you can see that there's no frame. If you've never bought a GoPro, this wouldn't make much sense, but there's no frame required anymore to attach it to things, which I think is a great little addition, because I never ever remembered the frame, and then I'd have to hold it. But as you can see, you've got these little things that tuck away, which is absolutely phenomenal. And there we go. It's quite weighty. It's not as small as, like, I used to have a really old one, so I'm used to like tiny little GoPro that was next to useless, but they've really come a long way recently, and I really like it is USB-C. I love that. Okay, that's great. Huge fan of USB-C. USB-C all the things, am I right? So the door does come off, as you can see, so that's where you put in your little battery and your memory card. Also USB-C. So we've got the screen on the back, which is fairly small actually, and from what I've heard is not all that responsive, but I mean, it's a GoPro. Oh look, it was all a lie. I thought that was on the screen. Not really. But yeah, the door does come off, and it's supposed to come off, I hope. Oh, that's pretty nice and simple. So there we go. All right, so before I do a little test video recording very briefly, I'm just going to open up this other stuff so you guys can see the accessories. So this little battery thing is really cute actually. It has a little foot on the bottom, so it sits nicely on a desk. And then all you do is you get your battery. And this is USB-C as well, which is really nice to see. You just pop that in there. And yeah, it charges, which is great. So here we go, the little shorty. Oh, it's so cute. Very handheld. Very nice. All right. So there we go. Just a little tripod. Sits there. That's quite nice. And then how do I get it to extend? Oh. Okay, so it's a little bit, not as much. Obviously, this metal stuff feels really good. It is plastic, but it feels like fairly good grade plastic. But that is a really good little tool. Like if I was vlogging, so all you do is flip out these little feet. Apparently you can get these replaced. They look fairly delicate, so if you were, you know, not very careful, that'd be annoying. So it just goes quite simply in there like that. Bit of a tight squeeze. And there you go. We're vlogging now. I'm a vlogger. This would actually be pretty good for like a, you know, if you just wanted it on a table very quickly. There you go. Look at that. Little tripod. I need a bit of height. Whee! It's up. It's gone. There you go. Beautiful stuff. For me, that's perfect. Love it. A little bit short, but there we go. Little vlog. That's what you want to see. That's perfect. Great stuff. In terms of the GoPro itself, it has the power button on the side, which is kind of soft touch. You kind of presses inwards. And then on top you have a raised bump for taking photos, I presume, or video. And then obviously you have the touchscreen in the back with a little LED indicator. You do have a microphone on the front, so if you're vlogging, that is where you want the microphone. I don't know how it sounds when you're pointing it away from you, but in terms of having a microphone, that's good. But the idea of these mods that I mentioned, which we'll unbox here on the channel, make sure you subscribe for that, or I'll link it if it's just come out, so you can watch that. But basically it's a little attachments that attach onto it, like a flip up screen, or a like I mentioned, there's a light and also a shotgun microphone to improve the mic quality, which is really good and what vloggers want. Stabilization, good picture quality, small, and yeah, obviously the microphone and be able to see yourself is handy. But with the GoPro, because it's so wide, you're not going to not get yourself in the frame. So doing that, you'll be in the frame, no problem, which is great. Okay, so setting it up, my first little tiny criticism of the GoPro here. I like the door, but putting in the SD card was really fiddly. And I can imagine doing that every day would kind of grind on you a little bit. Maybe there's a knack to it. I've seen people using the actual door to do it more efficiently and stuff. Maybe it's one of those things that will get easier over time, but it was not easy the first time, so I will mention that. All right, so we've got a little setup process. Yes, legal on install the GoPro app. So let's go ahead and do that. It's obviously available on iOS and Android, which is good. So we do have a bit of battery, which means we can do some testing. There you go. You can see the back screen. Obviously, we've got all the modes and stuff. So this is the settings. It's just running me through a tutorial. So the GoPro Hero 8 comes with like pre-made settings, if you like resolutions and frame rates and stuff, which is really good if you're a bit of a beginner with vlogging and things like that, because it will allow you to not have to think about it too much. So standard is 1080p 60, but I'm going to try and edit standard. So resolution, I'm going to put to 4K. We can change the frame rate. I'm actually going to try 30. There is 24 frames, so there's 240, 120, 60, 30, and 24. I know if you're a bit of a film or like a video buff, you're going to pick 24. All right, so this is the audio you can expect from the vlogging camera plus the footage. I'm assuming I'm in frame. I'm kind of pointing out my face and that sort of stuff. So on the screen itself, I can see battery life, I can see how much time I have left on my memory card, plus the running time of this particular vlog, plus the resolution and frame rate I'm currently running at. So let me know in the comment section what you think of it. It's obviously not going to look as good as my studio setup. That is a big setup and like a lot of production that goes into it, but it'll give you a good sense of the stabilization. So I'm going to do this a little bit, or like shake it, so you can see on the camera here how much I'm shaking it, and this is how much it comes across in that. So I'll have to like combine the two clips for you guys. So that is the GoPro Hero 8. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section. If you want to make sure you don't miss when we do the mods addition to the vlogging camera, hit the subscribe button. And if you made it this far and you feel the video deserves it, drop it a like. If you dislike the video, even though you made it this far, drop it a dislike. And yeah, we'll see you in the vlogs. Woo!